Yo, what you saying? Welcome back to ISOJ. You should probably like the video and subscribe if you're here. That'd be cool. Have a good one. And then there were two. Yep, we're here now. The NBA Finals is set in stone. The Indiana Pacers dispatched the New York Knicks. What was the final score? Because this one was kind of rough. 108-125. The series ends in 6, 4-2 to Indiana. I actually have in my notes here. This is the end of third quarter. The Knicks are down 77-92. I wrote, if the Knicks manage to win this game, I'll eat a boot on stream. I was genuinely thinking, how can I fake eating a boot on stream? Because I don't want to do that. This game was so frustrating. Obviously, throughout this playoff run, and just for, the laugh of it, I'm teamless. I don't have a place to call home right now in this NBA Finals, or in the playoffs, rather, right? Big Suns fan, did not make it. It is what it is. I wanted the Knicks to win so bad because being from London, when I look at New York, it's just, they're like the same thing. Go watch the Praise the Lord video. Go watch A$AP Rocky and Skepta, because it's the same thing, man. And just for that, I just wanted to see the Knicks win it. I just wanted to see the National Guard be called if the Knicks managed to win. Like the whole thing, even a conference finals, New York would be set ablaze. The Statue of Liberty would have found its way back to France by the beginning of next season, right? That's how much New York loves this. But when you watch this game, it didn't feel like the players wanted it that much. It didn't feel like Jalen Brunson wanted the ball, firstly, right? The amount of turnovers, and I'm not going to put this on Brunson because it's not like it's his fault. 5 turnovers, Jalen Brunson, 5 turnovers for Mikal Bridges, 17 turnovers total compared to 12 for the Pacers. Like, the Pacers did go through a stretch. I think it was either early in the third or early in the fourth where the Knicks started to claw back a bit. A couple big forced turnovers. Beautiful. We love to see it. It felt like after that, it just felt like run after run. Once the second half started, it just felt like Indiana were going on runs that New York could not reply to, right? They went on another 12-0 run after New York scored 4. They came back. Every time New York swung back, Indiana had a counterpunch. They were ready. And it just kept happening. It felt like nothing that the Knicks could do was working. Right? To talk about the game, I was looking at this. I think I started watching late in the first. So I don't really have notes on the first couple minutes of the game. But there was those 2 fouls, right? 2 defensive fouls that should have been offensive if you were watching the broadcast, and Reggie Miller and Stan Van Gundy talking about, oh yeah, that is definitely an offensive foul because OG Anunoby had his leg raised. They said his natural shooting motion, which I kind of agree with. You do, that is a normal thing that players do. But when I saw that, and the fact that it happened twice and they lost their challenge over it, I was like, damn, I can see if New York win this game, I can see Indiana fans calling this one rigged. Because it sets a precedent. And it was proven because it happened one time and they cleared it. They were like, yeah, that's fine. It happened again. And you're like, oh, we can be more aggressive because they're just letting us do this. There are points where I really wish New York capitalized off of this aggression. But when you look at how the Indiana Pacers defended New York, it felt like they couldn't start a play. It felt like they were starting plays with at least 6 to 7 seconds off the shot clock to begin with, right? It takes Jalen Brunson so long to get the ball up the court because Andrew Nembhard is hounding him. Andrew Nembhard is not letting him get a second to breathe. That caused so many turnovers. Andrew Nembhard ended the game with 6 steals. Him and Tyrese had 9 steals in this game. There were 10 on this Indiana team total. The amount of pressure that these two have put on Jalen Brunson just to be like, no, you are not starting the play. What we cannot afford to let you do is get downhill. We cannot afford to let Jalen Brunson get 2 feet in the paint. 1 is a stretch. This was a tough game. You can look at the numbers. If you look at the scores, box score numbers, then you think, okay, that wasn't that bad. Karl-Anthony Towns, 22 points, 14 rebounds. That's not bad, right? But in the manner of how he got those shots, 6 of 10 from the free throw line, Cat is a very good... Cat is known to be the best shooting big man. 6 of 10 is pretty unacceptable for Karl-Anthony Towns, especially in an elimination game. 8 of 19 from the field is not what you want from Karl-Anthony Towns. It felt like there were only 2 people that really wanted to go to the finals, and that was OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson barely saw the court in the second half, and I don't understand why. Yes, he can get played off the court a bit because of his free throw shooting. What he was giving the New York Knicks in terms of offensive rebounding and multiple possessions where you can restart it. You could be like, okay, cool, we missed. Mitchell Robinson got the offensive board for us. We're good, we're chilling. But Tom Thibodeau does not play him pretty much that third quarter. The whole time, I barely saw him play. And I was just like, this guy has been so huge for you. Where has he gone? Josh Hart has had a couple games to end this series. I feel have sullied his legacy a bit. And like, of course, legacy is a very wide term. You know, it might not be the best way of saying it. The legacy of this season, this playoff run, and the hustle that Josh Hart gives. Like, this man plays with heart. We all know that picture from the Celtics series of him gushing out of his face. Yeah, that is Josh Hart. He will put everything on the line. But this game, I don't even think he showed up to the arena. 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from deep. 4 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. It felt like without Josh Hart, without Mitchell Robinson, there was no one to get rebounds. Yeah, Cat had 14, 3 of them offensive. Cool. If that's your only rebounder, it's tough. Cat is not someone who, like, yes, he can rebound well, but you can also foul very easily. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the beacon of basketball. Karl-Anthony Towns' decision-making when it comes to keeping his hands to himself always astounds me. He'll always hook the arm on offense. I hate his complaining on every time he gets a bucket. It's always and one, whatever, man. I'm just like, goddamn, just run down the court. Stop complaining. This Pacers team and what they've proven this series, when you are complaining to get that foul call, they know you ain't there. This team runs fast. There are so many moments where the Knicks will get a basket and the Pacers reply instantly, like that, clockwork. Because one guy has already ran the court. One guy is already at the backside and is just saying, hey, look, make the long pass, make the quick play. And they do every time. So every time you score, they can reply just like that. Because the Knicks spend so much time trying to get the ball up, trying to start their offense, it takes a lot more effort for them to start the play as opposed to Indiana just getting the fast break. Even on a dead ball situation, that that pass from like a Tyrese Halliburton will come in and you're like, oh, we've all been caught with our pants down for the 15th time this game. I don't know if these count as fast break points because they're technically not. They're dead ball plays. But it feels just like a fast break, you know? In that first half, you got a lot of good points, a lot of good minutes from OG Anunoby. Mikal Bridges gave you 11 points. Jalen Brunson, yeah, he took 10 shots to get 10 points, but he still had 10 points, I guess. I don't know. I want to congratulate the Indiana Pacers because I feel like I've just spent this video dogging on the Knicks because they kind of deserve it. The Pacers played immaculate. The Pacers played so well throughout this series. The constant, like, coaching battle. And it feels so one-sided looking back at it now. But, like, Rick Carlisle put on a clinic against Tom Thibodeau. Just knowing when to take his players out, who to bring back in, having the opportunity to go so deep in your bench. I think he played 11 different players this game. Yeah, 2 of them played in garbage time. Yeah, Johnny Furphy gets minutes. James Johnson gets minutes. But, like, Ben Shepherd gave a lot of good minutes just for defending Jalen Brunson. TJ McConnell came in at points to do the same thing. When you have these players who you can constantly be like, okay, cool. This guy's giving us a bit of trouble. This guard is a bit too good. Okay, cool. Slap Nemhard on him. Slap TJ McConnell on him. Slap Ben Shepherd on him. This team, since December 31st, has been on such a run. They were 10-15 by that time. And then turned the ship around. Tyrese Halliburton came alive and just said, yeah, you know what? I remember who I am now. That is an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah, he didn't play. He's still there, still learned from these guys, still took everything under his chin, and it is showing right here. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 13 assists. Pascal Siakam, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Pascal. There was a point, I did see Tyrese Halliburton walking up as if he was going to get the MVP, and then I went to Pascal, and I was like, ooh, that might suck. But then I also realized, like, you know what? Pascal Siakam does deserve it. This guy has been the most consistent offensive force for the Indiana Pacers, because the amount of things that he can do on the court is so, like, he can run in transition, he can shoot the three, he can get mismatches or work in the post so well. He's efficient on every single level that it just gives the Indiana Pacers such different looks. When Tyrese Halliburton isn't feeling it, cool, you still have Pascal Siakam. And this isn't, with a lot of teams, you have your number 1 option, number 2 option, whatever. Because Tyrese is such a pass-first guy. Yeah, he might have high usage, but Pascal is the guy who gets, you know, the best of it. I want to shout out to Miles Turner too. 10 years in Indiana, that speech he gave at the end when Pascal won Finals MVP. Crazy. Andrew Nemhard, what an energizer bunny of a human. To look forward, I realized this when I was making my notes, but Shea has to go through every member of this Team Canada team that he was just with, you know? First, Zach Edey, cool, dispatched. Second, Jamal Murray, cool, dispatched. Third, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, my cousin, my family, dispatched. Now, Andrew Nembhard. This is the last one. Team Canada is going to have an NBA champion, regardless. So, put that on the resume. But yeah, congratulations to the Pacers. I'm so excited to see this. And it's so weird because we're at a point in the NBA season now that there's like one game every 3 days. And damn, I don't really know what to do after this. I feel like I've covered so many games this season in like different formats. Of course, we started off with the shorts in December. I didn't really know what to do in the beginning. I was doing the jersey videos. Man, I feel like in the past 3 weeks to a month, it just feels like every day has been on. But we'll talk about that at the end of the series, at the end of the playoffs. I hope you have a good day. Take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you liked it that teeny tiny bit more, a subscription is always great. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye now.